Afternoon, everybody. I wanted to record this video replay back for you because this game that Koudai and Treekillah and myself had actually I thought was going to be extremely bad, but it actually turned out to be a really amazing battle. The matchup is pretty good. Tier 10. I'm in Republic. We have Yamato and of course the Minotaur, a tree and a Minotaur. This battle turned out to be just phenomenal on one of the maps that I probably liked the least. You have to forgive me, I'm working with some allergies right now, so I'm having serious nasal problems. You can sound me, I'm gonna sound pretty nasally, but we'll try this out. It's not too retarded, but we had made the choice as a division to go north up here and meet up with the rest of the team. This map, one of the reasons I hate it is the random spawns I've seen where the entire team is down here and you'll have like 2 destroyers up here and that's it, or 2 battleships and everyone down here. So I was like, it's very important. We need to head over to the north side and link up. So one of the things we did mention is the fact that we had a Baltimore and it was the only radar in the game. They had no radar, other teams, so that's definitely helped for our destroyers. And if I remember correctly, our destroyers do fairly well. So as usual, I have a secondary build, and this thing's pretty tanky. The Republic's a fantastic battleship. It's one of my favorite tier 10s right now. At range, the armor on it is just phenomenal. I've had Yamatos come in on me full broad, hit me with like 6-7 shells, and do no damage. So, damn good ship. Just fantastic. The secondaries on it are great. I'm working toward the legendary upgrade on it to try to decrease my reload time. That's going to take some time though, probably, so that won't be happening anytime soon. But
enemy force sighted on the horizon.
And I'm just scanning the horizon, trying to keep an eye out for muzzle flashes and such. I don't know what happened with this Hindenburg. He just couldn't try not to hit me, I guess. I don't know. So we got a kit up. Now this whole battle, it was very frustrating me at first because we have one radar ship, and that radar ship could have positioned himself to be in a spot where he really could have covered the entire middle area, which is the biggest open area, you know, where torps could be a problem. And he just didn't do it. For whatever reason, he just didn't even try. The destroyers get spotted, and he doesn't even come back to try to use his radar effectively. It's very frustrating. So I apologize. You probably see me rage a little bit in chat, but Koudai and I just get hammered with some torpedoes. One of the drawbacks of the Yamato is it's pretty much a floating fortress. Once you get into a position, you kind of park with your bow in, whereas this Republic, you cannot do that with. The Republic is a ship that you need to keep the throttle open and keep it moving all times. You do not park. If you park it in Republic, you're going to die. So, just something to keep in mind when you're driving a Republic. So, Koudai and I are looking, and we're looking at the ships that are lit. We're kind of trying to figure out where we should go, and we're noticing the concentration of battleships here on the right. And Tree is kind of getting positioned for himself, but I didn't like that he was going over to that flank on his own. So I think together, Koudai and I, about the same time, made the conscious decision to just stay on the Alabama. And at one point here in the battle, we actually turn and go the other way. So great thing about this battle is it really illustrates how effectively a good division that communicates can affect a battle. That northern side, though, all 3 of those battleships are kind of slow boating. They're not really doing a whole lot. The Lion's already down to about a third of hit points that he had starting out with. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm pushing in on the destroyers. I'm going to try to get my secondaries in range. I'm like, alright, well, I'm not going to have radar, so I might as well try to get, you know, secondaries in there. Not the best move probably on my part. The simple fact you have a Fletcher out there. But again, I keep jostling with the throttles, keep moving. And now, unfortunately, everything has kind of parked almost. Got a citadel on the hipper as they slipped behind the mountain there. It's about the time I realized there's a conqueror broad, but I'd already fired at the hipper. I was trying to take him out. So our line is down now. He just pushed in too hard, too fast. So you see, I just bounced a few hits there from the Montana. Alabama's almost dead, so Koudai and I decided to focus him down. This whole battle, Tree's just sitting over in that corner over there, and he's just planking away. Unfortunately, there's always Torps seems to be moving out, you know. So now I'm looking over to my left because I see the Fletcher last spotted to my left. I'm just fully expecting to catch torpedoes here. And unfortunately, I keep asking repeatedly for help with radar in the middle here. Hipper was in reverse, so I figured, okay, might as well try to hit him. And at this point, I was just so frustrated. I told Koudai, I'm sorry, I'm getting the hell out of here. I've got to get out of the middle. I'm just fully expecting their Shima and their Fletcher to dump torps right through the middle here, and we're both going to get annihilated. Koudai rogered up. There's not a whole lot he could do because he's got to back out. He can't really turn to get out because he'll be broad to too much, so... You see me just bouncing shell after shell. Treekillah finishes the hipper off. Fortunately, the hipper torps our hipper. Hindenburg, excuse me, which is kind of a shame torp situation, right? I'm like, okay, we gotta kill this Alabama. I knocked Alabama out. If I remember correctly, I called primary on the Montana because the Montana was almost broad at this point. And there's a set of torps coming. That's a 5er, right? So, of course, I eat 1, eat 2. And it kills me. This Baltimore came over here, but I don't know if he just didn't have radar or what his deal was, but the Baltimore's communicating, which is actually helpful. So at this point, I tell Treekillah, I'm coming over to you. I'm going to try to help you push that flank. Kind of corral all of this in the north here towards these guys. Try to push them out. Trying to stay on the Montana because she's broad. Get a pretty good penetrating salvo, 3 rounds for 14 grand. Kid's up. I switch secondaries to him. Darn Conqueror in that HE, man. I'm like, alright, I'm going to try to punish you back because you're broad. So at this point, Koudai's telling me, yeah, I'm going to die here. Because he just knows it. The Baltimore's pushing in, just haphazardly. So, I mean, the nice thing, he is drawing fire from everything. But there he goes. 2 full salvos, he's dead. So at this point, I think Koudai just was like, alright, well, let's go. I'm just going to go full speed in. That double Citadel, the Montana for 40 grand. Fantastic feeling, right? And of course the Fletcher shows themselves, and the Shimikaze, just as I leave the area. And I'm too late, so at this point I'm telling Koudai, I'm sorry, man, I'm out of position, I can't help you, I'm trying to get around the mountain. I'm trying to dive in as fast as I can here. Our Shima kills their Shima, which is just phenomenal. He actually guns them down. So at this point, it looks pretty, you know, pretty good. We're thinking we're gonna win this, right? We're knocking ships out pretty good here.
Our team has taken the lead.
Their battleships are starting to lose their positioning. So at this point, if you look, Tree's got 3 kills now. He's just been working that flank, the Minotaur, doing a fantastic job. All the cruisers and everything over here. So I tell him, pull back if you can, because he's just getting waylaid by everything on that north side. So I tell him I'm running to you. Excuse me. Try to get Tree to go invisible for a bit. I was gonna swing out and try to find that Zao for him, because the Zao realistically could just wreck that Minotaur at range. So I think, okay, they've got a Fletcher, Zao, Der Gross, Conqueror, Richelieu. They've still got some bite to their ships, you know. Take a pot shot at the Der Gross. Der Gross is pushing in toward me. And I'm not holding back my fire trying to go invisible, because I want the Zao to shoot at me, because I know if the Zao shoots at me, at least I'll know where he's at. So I'm just going to keep my guns rolling. So at that point, Tree pops the smoke, he parks, and I'm pulling the Der Gross in. Conqueror's broad to me, so I'd pop a shot at him. Koudai takes out the Richelieu. And there she is. There's the Zao. So now I'm like, okay, get my nose in. Try to get my secondaries working. So at this point, DHO has killed 6 of them. 6 enemy. Half the team. Shimakaze working it really well. I had 2 penetrating hits, so almost 11,000 damage. I'm like, okay. The Kerfur's like, I'm gonna work my secondaries on you, so I'll bite. So I had the secondaries already on the Conqueror, so I figured I could finish him off. I switched him to the Der Gross while I fired my primary weapon. Of course, 2 penetrating hits for pretty much no damage. Get a fire start on the Kerr first. At this point, I'm in full retard mode, because there's only a few ships left. Conqueror's almost dead, so I fire 1 gun at him. Start rolling my bow to get the other gun in range. Conqueror's out. 7 kills for DHO. Unfortunately, Koudai went down there. The Conqueror, I'm pretty sure, burned him down. Put the secondaries, get primaries, going to town. The whole time, Treekiller's just laying into this Der Gross, punishing him for pushing into me. Kill number 8 for DHO. I'm just fully expecting to see Zao Torps coming at me any second now. Zao's in range, so I switch secondaries to him. And I'm just fully expecting to get Zao Torps in my face at any moment now. So I'm trying to make my silhouette as small as possible. Let my secondaries go to town. I'm praying to every god in the world that he doesn't get his torps off, and then booyaka. Got a Kraken. Double Citadel on the Zao. Fully expected to get bunch of overpens there, but unfortunately he got 3 fires just rolling on me. And I'm just burning too much to be able to do anything here. So I'm out. But hey, that's alright. That's 9 kills for DHO. Right? So now you got everybody just rolling into the cap there. 165,000 damage dealt. I had 65,000 spotting damage in a battleship, which is just amazing to me. Battleships should not have that much spotting damage, right? 65,000 spotting damage, over 2 million tanked, and 165,000 damage dealt. 67 secondary hits, believe it or not, is extremely low for a typical battle for me. I'm ranging anywhere from 150 to 300 secondary hits, but it is what it is. So now, at this point, all eyes on the Fletcher. You know, everyone's got sees blood in the water. They're rolling. They're going to town. It's a whole lot of fire going into one little destroyer, man. So I tell Triaz, like, I bet you can't get that kill. Challenge accepted. So he is going to town. Yeah, 9 kills for DHO currently. I really wish I saved the end game results. If DHO was number 1, 2, and 3 in this battle, this was fantastic. Everything just went right. Treekillah grabs a Confederate. Fletcher kills our Fletcher. But unfortunately, he screws up. I don't know why he stopped there. But there you go. Here it comes. There you go. Good job, Treekillah. 10 kills for DHO in that battle. That was fantastic. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video.